Hey guys, I just want to show you a little area of my craft room I've been working on lately. This is an old desk that I bought in Seattle at a Goodwill store, and I've converted it into this little area for my tarot cards, and it's next to my craft desk, so I'm able to just swivel my lamp over top. And it fits all of my tarot cards and my oracle cards and little trinkets that I have that mean things to me. And it's working out really good. Now I have 4 more decks in the mail that are coming soon, so I don't know if they're all going to fit, but it's working out great. I've been working on this little journal. I'm studying one of the Rider-Waite Smith decks, and this is a Moleskine that I'm using. And I just scanned in all the pictures of the cards and glued them in, and I'm just making some notes. In the drawer underneath, I have some books. This one here, the Holistic Tarot, I've been using that to do the journaling with. And then I have a little meditation book that I got when I lived in Bermuda, and I used it when I was doing yoga. This tarot book, a friend of mine in Seattle had bought me. I have this Tinkerbell pin that my mom had bought at Disney, and she wore it when we went one night. And I have some cards that people have given me. And then I also have this larger Moleskine journal. There's a set of 4 at Costco for $19.99 here in Canada. And I bought that to do some tarot readings and then just keep track of them. Underneath there's this little shelf, and it's perfect for these larger size decks that come in the big box, and I can use it for books. Up on top I have this little tray with these dishes, and I had this in my bedroom, and I just moved it down here the other day, and I have some little stones and things inside of it. I used to have it for earrings and stuff, and honestly it was a hot mess. This is a little stick pin thing that I bought for my hair in Cuba on our honeymoon. I have a red cardinal, of course. I have a connection with cardinals. And then I have this little dish, and inside are these paper cranes that a lady on an airplane made me one time. It was freezing, and I loaned her my sweatshirt. And to thank me, because she didn't speak English, she made these little paper cranes because I was traveling. It was me and my 2 daughters, and she made those for me to thank me for loaning my sweatshirt. This is a piece of a firework from Disney. My friends and I were sitting at the Polynesian resort on the beach, and pieces of the fireworks were landing on us. So those are just some special things I like to keep close. And yeah, it's working out great. So what I thought I would do was open it up today and lay out all my cards, my tarot cards and my oracle cards, and do a little walkthrough of each of my decks. The top 4 ones there, I have done videos on my channel before, these first 4 decks. So I will try to remember to link the links down below. The 4th one there is in amongst one of the other videos, so there may only be 3 down below that I have linked, but you'll understand. So I just thought we would look through all these decks and go through one at a time and flip through each and every single one of the cards. So let's get started. This is my Crow Tarot. I love this deck. This is the first one I bought. I bought this at Barnes & Noble, paid about $29, I want to say. That was down in the States. It's by M.J. Cullinane. Comes in this really nice 2-piece box. I love the 2-piece boxes. It's put out by US Games, and really nice book that comes with this. I use this deck so much. I used to take this to work with me and read for my friends, and they really enjoyed it. They got a kick out of it, and one of them actually bought me that little tarot book before we moved here to Canada because she knew I was working at this and studying the deck and trying to learn tarot. Now, they say you should be gifted your first deck, but if I waited around for someone to gift me a tarot deck, I'd still be waiting. So I bought this one myself. I had a deck, a Rider-Waite deck, about 25 years ago or so, and I just never connected with it. It was a purple box, and it had 2 cards on the front of it, and I've seen it on eBay, and I've thought about buying it, but I'm like, what is the point? You know, I do have a Rider-Waite deck, and so I'm fine, but I do wish, now that I'm, you know, into these cards, I do wish I had held on to that original box. It would be really neat to have in my collection. But I'm very happy with this Crow Tarot. Would I buy it again? Yes. Would I pay the amount of money I have paid for it? Yes. It's a lovely deck. It shuffles really nice. I'm a terrible shuffler. I shuffle like a 5-year-old. I can't do it. I'm practicing, but I do struggle. But it is a beautiful deck to shuffle. The cardstock is really nice. It's not too slippery. It is not, I don't think it's too thick, but it is a beautiful set of cards. So very happy with my Crow Tarot. This next set, oh my gosh, God forbid, don't want to jinx myself, but if my house was on fire, this is the deck that I would grab. I love this deck. I asked my husband and kids to buy this for me for Mother's Day and my birthday a couple years ago, and they did, but it didn't get here in time, so my daughters had made that little card saying, coming soon from Poland. I didn't realize when I was asking them about this deck, I didn't realize it came from Poland. Yeah, so it finally did get here. Love the little box it comes in. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. As I flip through this, you'll sort of understand why people are calling it like a Tim Burton deck. The characters are just so fun and so unique, and the colors are, that's one of my favorite cards, that one there in the red dress, and this one. I just love the use of the blues and the navy and the turquoise, and oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous. The colors that they used. The only complaint I have about this deck is that it does not come with a little book. Now, this is the cheaper deck. This is the $60 deck. There is an $80, and I think the next one is $100, and I want to say it's about $120, $130. The more expensive deck comes with, like, I think it comes with a wooden box, or it did at least. Right now, this is April of 2020. Back when I was looking at this, it was 2018, and it did come with a wooden box, the more expensive deck. And I think it's a little bit larger. I think the cards are larger. So as far as I remember, there's three different versions of this deck. So I have the cheaper one. The next one has a different backing on it, and it's more of like a sepia tone with a little blue jewel. And then the larger deck is the same, but larger. And yeah, this is just a stunning deck. The cards are matte. They're not slippery. They just, oh my gosh, they're so soft. Someone compared them to baby skin. They're that soft. Just beautiful, beautiful cards. And I'm very happy to have these in my collection. So that is the Dark Mansion Tarot. They're edged in black. They are wearing a little bit on the sides there, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. And the deck is reversible with that pattern. So was the Crow one. This is the Oracle of Shadows and Light. This is the first Oracle deck I've ever owned. Now, tarot cards have 78 cards. This one in particular has 45. So Oracle decks are a little bit different than tarot. It comes in this nice two-piece box that has a nice book with it. I did not pay full price for this. I actually got this at Value Village, a secondhand store, and I believe I paid about $3.99, $4.99 for it. And I'm okay with that. It's funny, I don't mind buying Oracle decks secondhand. Tarot cards, I actually prefer to have them new. Now, the backs of these have a little keyhole there, and as you could see, you would not be able to turn that upside down. You wouldn't be able to reverse it. And generally, I don't think Oracle cards are usually reversed. Not too sure about that. From what I understand, they're not. And some tarot cards, and some people don't read tarot cards reversed either. These cards, very different. I like some cards more than others. That blue one that we passed by there a few minutes ago, I really like that one. I love the oversized heads, if you will. But yeah, it's an odd little deck. These artists do have some other decks out. Very recognizable art by them. But yeah, it's different. Would I pay full price? No. Happy that I did get it secondhand. But it's a really neat deck, and just fun to have in my collection. So this is the Oracle of Shadows and Light. This one here, the Shadowscapes Tarot. This is a beautiful deck. I bought this at Barnes & Noble. I paid about $30-some for it. Can't totally remember. Really nice box that it comes in. It has a nice guidebook with it. And then the cards fit in underneath, and it has a little purple ribbon. So the book is really nice. just a really nice deck. The only complaint that I have with it, and a lot of people online I've noticed have the same complaint about this deck, is just the size. It's just the cards are gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful, but the detail gets lost just because they are really small. There are some little characters crawling on tree trunks and everything, and you just don't really get to appreciate them. They're huge in the book, so what's nice about the guidebook is that you do see the pictures up close. It would be nice if the book was in full color. That would be gorgeous. But yeah, it's a beautiful deck. My only other complaint about it is it's so slippery. I'm a terrible shuffler, so I find it hard to shuffle, but and you can see it's kind of slipping on my desk here a little bit. But just absolutely beautiful. They're outlined with this silver border, and just the colors that are used are just gorgeous. And this deck is actually all mixed up right now, but there's some that are more yellows and reds and oranges, and then some of the cards are, you know, blues and greens, and some are purples. So they're just absolutely beautiful. There's one card in particular with a whole bunch of fox on it. And it's just gorgeous. So love the deck. Yeah, it's beautiful. I think my favorite cards are the blues and greens. But yeah, it's just a very slippery deck, and but it's beautiful. The silver is pretty and really nice. So that is the Shadowscapes Tarot. This next one, I'm not a fan of Rider-Waite. And the deck I had years ago, I think that's why I had trouble with it. I just could not connect with it. And at the time, I didn't realize you could get different decks. I thought this was the only deck, and I went to one bookstore and that's what they had, so that's what I bought. But I'm trying to learn tarot, and I'm very new at this, so I figured I need to get the original deck. Now this one here is the Centennial edition, and it comes also with 4 other pieces of Pamela Coleman's artwork. So I think that was really cool. And I'm currently designing my own tarot deck, so I'm going off of the Rider-Waite system. And what's great about it is because I'm having to study each card and do my interpretation of it with my artistic style, I'm learning the cards because I'm having to draw all the details in them. So it's a great way to memorize the cards and to learn the cards. So yeah, it took me a while to find a Rider-Waite deck that I liked, and I do like the Centennial edition. What I like about it is the colors are a little muddier, if you will. It's a little muted because some of the colors, the bright yellow skies really get to me. There's a radiant Rider-Waite, and I just find that just so bright. It's just too much. So I like this. It just has kind of a grainy feel, or not feel, but a grainy look to it. And I like that. I can tolerate this deck. I'm sorry. I don't know, just not a fan of this older artwork. But I actually was looking at a Lenormand deck, the Pixie one, that's the same type of artwork, and I almost bought that the other day. So it's growing on me. It's growing on me. And I do like the backs of these. Really pretty. So that is the Smith-Waite Tarot deck. This is the Kawaii Tarot. This thing is so cute. I bought this back in November after I had done my craft show, and I celebrated that day by buying myself a deck of cards. The only thing that drives me crazy is the 2 separate boxes for the cards. That just kind of makes me nuts, but it's a really cute set, and it comes with a great little guidebook. And it talks about the meanings of the cards and the reversals, and it talks about the 4 colors that are used in the cards, which are the yellow, the blue, the purple, and the pink, and what those actually mean. So it's a sweet little deck. It's so cute. I wanted this for a while, but you can see by the images, they're just really simple, very plain and simple. You could give this deck to anybody. It's so cute. There's the Death card and the Hanged Man and the Devil card. Like, the Devil has pink horns. I just think that's adorable. I think it's really cute. And just the way they've done the cards, I just think it's really simple. And yeah, But something like this I would not recommend for a first deck. I would go with a Rider-Waite just till you understand the cards, and then once you understand them, then you can more easily read something like this. Because this would be very hard to understand the meanings. I love the court cards, the fact that the king is sometimes depicted as a woman. I love the wand cards. They're done as candy. There's candy canes and lollipops and suckers. I just think that's so cool. As you can see, though, the queen in that, or the king in that one, it looked like a woman. It could be any gender. I love that about this deck. I just think that's really cool. So this is the Kawaii Tarot, an adorable deck, and I absolutely love this. It's kind of playing card size, like they're not very big. Just nice, bright, clear cards. Adorable. This one here I did get for Christmas from my husband and daughters. I had asked for it. The only problem I have with these boxes that they come in, actually I'll show you in a second. So it comes with this little card, and then that one there, and then it comes with the little white book. So that's just all I was hoping for with the Dark Mansion, is just some kind of little book. But these tuck boxes, this is what bothers me. They get so ripped and beat up. So I wish it did come in a 2-piece box, but it's okay. Now this deck is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. There's like candy and gumdrops and suckers and cute little characters. I should have did a little warning at the beginning of my video. There is some nudity, even in these little cartoon ones. But yeah, this is a really cute deck. Like the death card there, the death guy was on a rocking horse. It's just so fun. I love this. There's one card in particular, I always forget which one it is, but she's like flying up in the air and her hair's all crazy. But yeah, it's just a really cute deck. I love the coloring. Again, it's done depending on if it's the swords or the wands or whatever. They use different colors. So these ones here are more greens. There's some there that we'll get to near the end, and it's more like purples. So just a really fun deck. I love this. And it's the closest thing I'll ever get to the Hello Kitty Tarot because you can't get that one anywhere. It's very expensive. So yeah, this is the closest I will ever get to something like that. But I just love how the characters are on little spring horses that you'd see at a playground. And there's sprinkles and icing. It's just really fun. It's a happy deck. It's the Happy Tarot. So love this deck. Again, very happy to have this in my collection. It's adorable. It's not too slippery. It's just cute. Okay, maybe it's a little slippery. This is an oracle deck. This is The Answer is Simple. I don't know how I feel about this one. Again, it's something that I got secondhand at Value Village. And the deck that I'm going to show after this one, it's the same thing. I bought them on the same day. They just happened to be there. The thing with the secondhand store, like Value Village, is they put the boxes in like a plastic bag, and they're all stapled together and you can't really see the cards. Would I purchase this deck again? I don't think so. I paid $3.99 for it. I think I'm just more connected with tarot cards than oracle cards. I don't know. I've seen some people do deck modifications, and they take an existing deck and they change some of the things. This is one of those decks that I might consider doing that with. If I was ever to mess with one of my decks. I don't think I would ever touch my tarot cards, but I think I would possibly do something with this one. This deck here has 62 cards, so unlike the first Oracle deck I showed you that had 45, this one has 62. So again, it doesn't follow a certain system. None of these cards follow what that other Oracle deck cards were, so it's just kind of a little bit of whatever. So I mean, the artwork is nice. It's cute and everything, but is it me? No. But you know what? It was $3.99 or $4.99, whatever it was, and I don't mind spending that for a deck like this. I think it originally retails for like $15.99. So that is the answer is simple. And this one, the Life Purpose Oracle cards. I do like that cover card. You'll see that at the end. It comes in a nice 2-piece box. Again, I got this second hand. I paid $3.99 or $4.99. Really can't remember the price. But again, just like the other one, it has a nice book that came with it. This thing was in pristine condition, and so was the previous deck. Just in really nice shape. So I did not mind paying for it. But this one I just find a little odd. This one has 44 cards, but like this second card, the guy at the airport on his laptop, like I'm sorry, I just find that strange. And I did notice as I was making this video that every character has a pair of wings. I didn't realize that when I had first looked at this deck. But yeah, they all have wings. But it's like some of it is collage, some of it is just kind of just a straight up photograph, and some of it is an illustration. So I don't like that mix. Pick one or the other. The other thing I have a problem with tarot cards and oracle cards are the realistic looking people in them. I do like more of a cartoon look to my cards, and that's similar to my my artistic style. I'm very cartoony, very young, kid-like kind of characters. This one has the nice gold edging. You know, it's a beautiful deck, but yeah, the Life Purpose. This one here, this is the Nicoletta Ceccoli Tarot, and some people love this deck, some people hate this deck. It is a very odd deck. It comes with a cover card, which I misplaced and realized it's on the top of the deck. I think it's really cool. My mom would say it was weird, and my daughters, they're not big fans of it either. They find it really strange. I like weird, so I just really like this deck. It's a nice size deck. It's the same size as the Happy Tarot. Just really nice cards. They almost feel gritty. They almost have like a gritty feel to them. But it is a very odd deck, and from what I understand, it was not created to be a tarot deck. They basically took her artwork and made it into a deck. I do like the simplicity of the borders. It just has the numbers. There are no words written on anything. And then when we get to the minor arcana, you'll see that it shows the cup and it shows the number at the bottom. And then the same with the swords and wands and pentacles. I love that it just is a symbol. And I think it's perfect. I think it goes along well with this artwork. I think it's up to interpretation, and yeah, I just think it's really cool. I love the coloring. I love just how weird the artwork is. I really like it. I just find it very mysterious and strange. That's just me. Mysterious and strange. I just think it's a really cool deck. And there's also an oracle deck that goes along with this as well. It's a similar artwork, a similar style. So yes, so this is the Nicoletta Ceccoli Tarot. You can also get a mini version of this too, which that has much smaller cards. So there you go. This one here, now this is the Wisdom of the Oracle. Now I did pay full price for this. I was in Barnes & Noble and I had seen this in another store. We have a couple tarot card stores here in Calgary, and one was the Divine Mine, and she had that there, and I was looking through this book, which is so thick and nice. It has the nice 2-piece box, but she didn't have a new copy of it. So I did find this at Barnes & Noble. And again, it surprised me how much I liked this. It is very collagey, and there's a couple cards that I love. There's it's with a sea turtle. This one here, I love that, Treasure Island. The cards are all numbered, and there are 52 in this deck. It's beautiful, but it has realistic people, and I don't enjoy that. But I don't know, I almost forgive her for it with this one. That one there that just showed the moon with the fox laying on it, that's what I wish the entire deck was like. I just wish it was all illustrations. I do love these banners that are going across some of the cards. I think that's really cool. I haven't worked with the deck yet. It is very nice, and she does do a reversal, but it's more of protection meaning, I believe she calls it. And yeah, it's really cool. And there's also faces in every single card. Some of them are easier to find than others, but you'll see them when I flip these over, you'll see them in the little shells. And that same face is on every card. They're very laminated, very shiny, but yet not slippery. But you can see the little face there in the purple. That's on every card. The Wildwood Tarot. This is really cool, and I was surprised at how nice this box and deck are. It's a 2-piece box. I actually thought it was going to be a giant tuck box, so I was pleasantly surprised. It comes with a really nice guidebook, and the cards are separated into this tray. I'm not a fan of when they separate the cards like that. But the book is really nice, and I've been following another YouTuber. Her channel is The Truth and Story, and she does a whole in-depth hour-long video on this deck, and it's so interesting. I've watched it a couple times, and this follows the Wheel of the Year, and there's the wheel there. She prints hers out into a larger form so she can make notes, but she goes through the whole deck and explains it and how this is actually working. It's a little bit different than a tarot deck. And so the Wanderer is actually the Fool, but so some of the cards have different names to them. I guess you can use it as a tarot deck, like a Rider-Waite, but you can do it as the Wheel of the Year. And on her channel, she actually takes the deck and she reshuffles it. Well, I guess it's not shuffling, but she reorganizes it in the way that makes sense with the Wheel of the Year. And she walks through the deck and tells the story as she's doing it. It's really, really interesting. So I highly recommend it. Her channel is The Truth and Story, and she just really made this deck sound very interesting, and it was based on her review that I bought the deck. I think it's really beautiful. They don't use the wands, the swords, the pentacles and the cups. They actually do arrows, bows, stones, and vessels. So it's different in that way, but the same as tarot. I don't know, it's very interesting, but it's a beautiful deck. The artwork is nice. The cardstock is very nice. Yeah, it's a really nice deck. Some people I've seen trim the borders off them. I like the borders. I like the words on them. I actually have a deck coming, and it doesn't have borders. And it was one of the first decks that I had looked at along with the Crow Tarot, and I wasn't going to get it because it didn't have borders, but I have ordered it. That's my favorite card, that waterfall one. Oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. The complaint that some people have about the cards is that it does have the copyright, and I don't know why companies do that. It's a little distracting, but at least it's balanced. It's on both sides of the card, so you can reverse it. But the Wildwood Tarot, very cool. Like it. And my final deck that I have is the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. Nostradamus. I can never say that name. It's a really nice deck. I got this for like $10. It's very inexpensive, and you can tell why. The cards are a little on the cheap side. They're thick, but like very cardboardy. The deck is divided into the 2 trays. This talks about the cards themselves, which I haven't got to yet. This is just a very new deck in my collection. But it talks about his life and the history of Nostradamus. But yeah, the deck is really neat. I thought the artwork was really cool, but it's a thick deck, but very cardboardy, if you will. But I just thought the artwork was really cool. The archways there, it's almost like 3D, so I thought that was really cool. Some of the names are a little bit different. Instead of like the page and the knight, it's like the astronomer and the pope and stuff like that. So some of the cards have changed a little bit. But the artwork is just really cool. I just thought it was kind of fun. And they do, so there's the major arcana, and then it goes into the sun. Some of these cards I have mixed up. They're not in complete order. But there's the sun, the star, the moon, and of course I forget the last one. It'll come to me. It might not. I'm getting old. I may never remember the word I'm trying to say. But there's the star, and they change color too. So I don't know. It's just a really neat deck. See, this one I have a little bit out of order, but still very cool. And there's the moon. You can see the little moon up top. And as I finish flipping through these cards, I just want to say thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this video. I was just really excited to show you the little desk setup that I did and share the cards that I've been collecting. I do have 4 more decks in the mail somewhere. One of them did get lost, and the company reached out to me and gave me a full refund, so I don't know if it's ever going to show up or not. It was a tarot deck. I did order some fortune-telling cards, and I also ordered 2 Lenormand decks, which are different than tarot and oracle. I'm actually designing my own Lenormand deck to go along with my tarot cards, so I'm very excited to share those designs with you. As always, I hope you guys are good. I hope your friends and family are good and everyone's healthy and safe and washing their hands and staying inside. And we'll get through this, guys. So I hope you guys are good, and I'll be back with some more videos soon. All right, take care, guys. See ya.